I'll tell you what, yeah? I pledge allegiance. I do. What piece of paper do I need to sign on? I want in on America more than I've ever wanted in on anything in my life. You see that plane there? If it's going to America, I'm going to jump up, I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to come. I can't do this country anymore. I can't do the UK. It feels like we're in a tiny little cage, a restricted cage, with nothing fun to do at all. Now that I've experienced America, it's ruined my perception on everywhere else in the world. What do I need to do? I will get the American flag tattooed on my body. Anywhere, you pick. Let me in. Shauna, I'm going to get her up the duff. We're going to raise our family in America. It's going to be beautiful. Just let me know what I need to do to get in. Like, honestly, there must be a couple of Americans. I know there are, actually, because they messaged me telling me that they don't enjoy America. So let's swap. Let's swap right here, right now. Let's do a deal. I'm coming.
Yes, please. Let's make a swap. Please do. I would absolutely love that. And I wouldn't mind if my tax dollars went towards that. 100%. 100%. Send them over. We'll send back. I've been advocating for this for quite some time now. I've said, hey, maybe we should send the liberals to Europe because it's been overrun with liberals, right? The Democrats over there basically control Europe, okay? And we'll bring all of the conservative types from Europe over here, right? We'll just make a swap. Bring on a bunch of people who love and appreciate America, and we'll send away the people who hate it and think, open borders and all of that leftist nonsense is a great idea. We'll send them over to Europe because that's what Europe basically believes. So they can live in their utopia and we can live in ours. Wouldn't that just be beautiful? Best of both worlds. Everybody gets what they want. I don't see a problem with it. You let me know how you feel about it. I would, hey, listen, Uncle Trump, use our tax dollars for it. I would agree with it. Would you? Let me know. But we got to get into a poll from the Communist News Network and Harry Enton, because, of course, they were shocked that Democrats hate America. Yeah. As if that's shocking news. But they were. Check it out.
All right, the countdown is on. 17 days away from July 4th and America's 250th birthday. 251 years since the people of Massachusetts showed the rest of the country the way. How patriotic are Americans feeling this morning? With us now, CNN chief data analyst.
We will
Harry
always remember Lexington and Concord, people. We will always remember it here on CNC.
Patriots Day versus the 4th. We know which one is more important, but the meaning of the 4th. When we ask voters about this, what do most of them say at this point?
This, to me, is one of the most stunning divides that we have seen. You know, we're talking about polarization in politics. It even comes down to what you believe July 4th actually is. Like, what does July 4th mean to you? Celebrate America, friends and family time. Among Republicans, what do you see? You see the clear majority say it's a time to celebrate America, 65%. Among Democrats, however, the plurality disagree.
Oh, let me pause that. I think that 65% is a lot higher for Republicans. Y'all let me know in the comments if you think that I'm right or wrong and why. But I believe that 65% is higher for Celebrate America. I would argue that it's like 90%. Probably over 90%. 95%. But because, liberals are crazy, and we all know that, they're cuckoo for cuckoo puffs, I feel like a lot of Republicans or conservatives, America First folks, don't answer these questions honestly. But that's just my humble opinion on it. Like they answer it the way that they think that the person would wants them to answer. Some folks, just to avoid conflict, and I get it. right? I get it. So I think this number is probably 95%, if not higher. But maybe I'm crazy. Y'all let me know. Please do.
Look at that. What do you see? Friends and family time at 42% versus just 24% who say that what it means most to them is to celebrate America. So even on the basic question of what July 4th means to you, we have Republicans on one end saying celebrate America, more of them say that, and Democrats on the other end saying that it means more to them to have time with friends and family.
What do they say about the flag?
Yeah, okay, so what do they say about the flag? Even on the basic level of flag, look at this. Look at how we have an increasing polarization on this issue. We'll display the flag on July 4th, the American flag. Back in July of 2001, look at this. You had 68% of Republicans, 65% of Democrats saying that they would, in fact, display the flag on July 4th. You come over to this side of the screen, Republicans basically are where they were 25 years ago, right? 64%. But look at that Democratic percentage, absolutely plummeting. Just 27% of Democrats say they will, in fact, display the flag on July 4th. Democrats and Republicans in different camps, even on the simple question of displaying the flag on July 4th, a polarization, a split that simply put did not exist a generation ago.
What about the sloganeering about proud to be an American?
Okay, what about this idea? Are you proud to be an American? Extremely or very proud to be an American? Again, look at this divide, a growing divide on this question. Back in January of 2001, 90% of Republicans, 85% of Democrats. This was after a very contentious 2000 election, keep in mind, right, with George W. Bush coming into the White House. You come over to this side of the screen in 2026, look at this. Again, the Democratic percentage absolutely plummets to just 29% of Democrats say they're extremely or very proud to be an American. That Republican percentage, the exact same, 90 and 90. The Democratic percentage, what is that? That's basically a third of the level that it was just 25 years ago.
I think you're right to point out that this was a time when Democrats might have been feeling badly about the course of the country. Still, 85% said they were proud to be American. Something's changed.
Something has absolutely changed, despite the fact a contentious time then, a contentious time now, and yet Democrats.
What has changed is something called Trump derangement. That is what's changed. That's what's changed. Trump derangement. Oh, I hate Donald Trump. Oh, I hate Donald Trump. That's the only thing that's changed. Right? Which is also crazy because, you know, these leftists make it seem as if we just now found out that people vote for different parties. As if we haven't been doing that since the beginning of this country. We've voted for different sides since the beginning. Uncle Trump is not the first person, not the first Republican. Okay. But of course, Uncle Trump is he's in what do they say? He's in what's the existential threat? Okay, this is an existential crisis. We can't let Donald Trump run the country, and yet he's been running the country. This is an existential threat. This one's for all the marbles. He cannot win the 2024 election, and yet he did. If he wins the election, we're gonna go into World War III. Never happened. If he wins the election by the middle of the summer in 2025, we're gonna have a major recession. Never happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only, and I can keep going, but I'm going to spare y'all from that. Okay, because I'm sure that voice is probably annoying. But that's the only thing that they have is fear tactics. They don't have any true, they don't have anything, they don't have any true ways to make America better. It's always vote or die. Like, what? I'm going to die if I don't vote? What? Like, that's genuinely all they have. All they have. You know, and I remember an interview with Elizabeth Warren, and I can't remember the guy's name. Some of you might remember it. I made a video on it. But Elizabeth Warren was like, she said something along the lines of This one's for all the marbles. And the guy looked at her and was like, wait, I thought the last election was for all the marbles. How many marbles are there? And that was so perfect. I was so happy that he said that straight to her face. Man, was that beautifully said. The last one was for all the marbles too. How many marbles are there? And, you know, I am so happy that Democrats, as of right now, in my humble estimation, they are on track to lose the midterms. Now, of course, we got to show up. We got to show up. We still have to show up, even for somebody like Susan Collins in Maine. We still have to show up, okay? But as of right now, I think Democrats are going to lose. And it is going to speak volumes when that happens. And it's also going to be interesting to see how they navigate out of that. I'm sure the first thing they're going to do is say that Republicans cheated and yada, 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 which is going to also be funny because we remember when Uncle Trump said the Democrats were cheating and they accused Trump of being an election denier, election denialism and all of this other crap. And yet they're about to do the exact same thing. I guarantee it, when they lose, that's the first thing that they're going to run to is Republicans cheated. That's what they're going to say. But then from there, I wonder where they will go. It's gonna be quite interesting to see, and if it's going to take till the 2028 election and they lose that one before they truly switch. That was my original prediction. They're not going to truly switch this whole lie nonsense, fear tactic nonsense until 2028, but we shall see. Y'all get in the comments and let me know what you think.
Democrats, that extremely very pride number has absolutely plummeted.
One of the subjects that does seem connected to this every generation or so is the issue of burning the American flag, something the Supreme Court periodically weighs in again. What are the prediction markets saying about whether this is something they will take up again?
Yeah, the Supreme Court over and over again has said that, yes, you do have a constitutional right to, in fact, burn the flag. The idea, in fact, that the SCOTUS will actually hear a flag burning case in this upcoming cycle, in this upcoming year, before 2027, just a 5% chance, according to the cash prediction market. So a lot of different folks have a lot of different views on the flag, and the Supreme Court is saying, you know what, or cash prediction markets, people putting their money where their mouths are saying that SCOTUS is going to allow that to continue to be the case.
Harold Denton, great to see you this morning. Thank you very much.
Great to see you. May the 4th.
Yeah, see, that one is one of those slippery slope issues. Like, obviously, first off, I don't think you should be burning the American flag. If you want to burn the American flag, then take your ass to some other country that you think is somehow better. All right? But also, I don't want to necessarily get to the space where you got the Supreme Court ruling that people can't do certain things. Like, now you're starting to get it. Now you're starting to open Pandora's box to where, I mean, maybe Democrats win again at some point. Do they start taking that even further? Well, they already said that you can't burn the flag. Well, now you can't do this because of a safety reason. We're trying to keep you safe. You know what I mean? So that's the whole slippery slope for me. So I don't think they should touch it. Leave it alone. I mean, if somebody wants to be an idiot and burn the American flag, you look foolish to me, whatever. But I think the Supreme Court should just leave it alone. Leave it where it is. You're allowed to do it, but you look foolish, okay? That's just my humble opinion. You guys can let me know if you agree, if you disagree, if you think you're opening Pandora's box with that to some other rights being taken away via keeping us safe, right? Because that's always what they say. We just want to keep you safe, so we have to take this. We have to ban these individuals and stop people from saying this or that because that's misinformation, and we want to keep you safe, right? Whenever they talk about keeping us safe, just know it's a load of crap. So I want to nip that in the butt before it even starts. But like I said, that's just my humble opinion. You guys can let me know how you feel about it in the comments. As always, stay safe out there. Were you shocked about these numbers or not at all? Let me know. Peace.